Hey everybody, it's Felicia Stitzel with Vintage Fine Marketing, and welcome to today's Wine Wednesday. So today I'm going to talk about a few things that I touched on my last Wine Wednesday, and that's really showing you a little bit more of the updates and integrations that ManyChat has released since their annual conference that happened a couple weeks ago. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is actually the dashboard. So this is the dashboard of ManyChat. I can actually go up and see how many people have been subscribing, what the overall fluctuating numbers are, this and that and the other. What's really exciting is this right here. This is crazy exciting because one, we never had a simple graph like this to be able to show what language customers are using, how many subscribers you have, the certain flows that they're into, sequences that they're a part of, keywords, and specifically also being able to break things down by gender and also by age. So this right here is crazy exciting for us developers because I literally can take this information, put it onto a very special dashboard that I create for my clients, and that way you can see everything. You can see your Facebook ad spend, how many people are opting in what ways are they opting in, keywords that are most specific, like if you have more people who like your Chardonnay versus people who like your Cabernet Sauvignon, if you have more people who are interested in wine club memberships, or if they're just interested in getting updates about the events that you do, whatever the case is, you're being able to see all that information coming in, and you can see it in one nice slick dashboard that I create for you guys. But this is very similar to that, where you can see this, of course, is just on the ManyChat side. The dashboard I create includes a Google spreadsheet with names, email addresses, phone numbers, etc. It shows how much and what you're spending your Facebook budget on, and a whole list of other things. But this is the ManyChat dashboard. And so what's really nice and exciting for us developers is that this is all in one clear and cohesive place. Speaking of which, I know that I talked about this on my last Wine Wednesday, but I'm going to dig into it a little bit more because I'm crazy excited about this. Now, unless you haven't heard, Facebook and Instagram, of course, owned by one another, but ManyChat is the only and exclusive messenger bot program that is exclusively married to them. So that means these guys have the inside rights on being able to build bots and have the integrations between Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Soon there's going to be iChat. I know there was another, I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's a Chinese chat application that ManyChat integrates with. And now for all of the countries around the world who are using ManyChat and using messenger applications that integrate with ManyChat, we now have a way to send not just Facebook message and Instagram messages, but we also have text messages and email broadcasts. I mean, how crazy exciting is that? You can literally send 3 different campaigns from one platform with one bot, having a recycled message that you're going to be able to engage and interact with your customers without being overbearing, and being able to use multiple platforms from one. Huge. That's absolutely huge. So this is what it's called. Show you there. Alright, so this is called the waterfall conversation. This is from ManyChat's blog, and I wanted to show you the kind of graph that they brought up because it shows it really well. So you start with a Facebook message, right? And then if after a time, because this is part of what we're called sequences, once a customer gets into a sequence and they don't act upon the deal or the offer or the message, they don't respond within so much time, we send them a little reminder message. So we can send those still on Facebook, but if they haven't engaged after so many, days or hours, let's say, we can switch them over to an email campaign. Granted, of course, that you've collected that email from your first initial scan code bot that you can have in your tasting room where you can collect their name, email address, phone number, where they're from, what their favorite wines were, do you want to hear more deals about us, etc., etc. It's my little Easter egg of you need to have a bot, you need to have a scan code bot in your tasting room, but your Facebook message then goes into your email message, and so now you're sending them an email being like, hey, saw that you interacted with our bot with a scan code, like we saw that you came into the winery a couple days ago, we just want to follow up with you, see how we did. This could be a survey, super simple to start getting surveys out, which is really, really important. I know there were Ving Direct and also both of these places are talking about how it's really, really important and really simple to ask your customers, like, what did you do right? What can we improve on? What was your favorite wines? You know, ask the questions, because that way your customers know that you care so much about how you're taking care of your customers that you have kind of walked out on a plank there and asked them, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? So real simple way that you can send out like a surveys through this email. And let's say you didn't do a survey and you send a reminder message through email. Then after so many days, like I said, we set everything up in a sequence. If they haven't responded, you can send them a text message. But if they at any time start engaging with you via email or the text messages, they go right back into the Facebook messages, and then they re-engage with a certain level of the sequence where like it will marker where they were in the conversation and then bring them back to. So it's really exciting, and it's a way that you can use multi-platform, multi-level marketing from one location. I mean, I had a friend of mine, she was an agency owner, and she was the one who set up the Facebook messages for a bot. She did the Facebook ads for the companies. She did email marketing and text message marketing, and she had to use different platforms for every single one of them. And what's crazy is that none of those lists of customers, none of them integrated with one another. From here, once you have somebody who's engaged and has like signed up for the bot and has the name and email address and phone number, that's one customer that you can use for 3 different levels of conversation, but you only have to get their information once instead of 4 different times. So really, really exciting. I also want to show you some of the other new features that are coming out. A lot of these are for us developers, so they're making our lives easier to make your lives easier, and then everybody is happy. But a couple of things that I want to show you is like the PayPal integration. This is awesome because, like, let's say you started setting up your wine club membership to start becoming like a more automatic payment, and people could actually pay you through a bot through their PayPal. Awesome. Another thing that you can do is that if for any of you guys that may have a Shopify account, I mean, you can have a Shopify account if you started offering wine tastings. You can start selling them through there. You can do wine tours of the property and of the vineyard and stuff. You could do classes. You can start selling the classes on Shopify. Any apparel, anything that's in your gift shop, all these things can now start getting integrated through ManyChat. So you can actually start selling your accessories, the funny little wine clips, the wine stoppers, classes, whatever. You can start selling them through the Shopify and then actually send them out through a bot. So that's crazy exciting. One of the other things I am so beyond excited about is that you can actually now choose a preference of what language you want to conversate with this bot. So for example, I'm in Spain right now, and there is probably 30 wineries within a stick's throw of where I'm at right now. But of course, me not speaking very much Spanish because I took Italian in high school, unlike most people, I don't know very much Spanish. And this is not an area that is heavily populated by English-speaking tourists. There's a lot of Italian tourists and Swedish, and so this is not a crazy heavy populated area for English speakers. So that kind of creates a language barrier. Of course, wine is multilingual, so I don't have to worry about that. But being able to understand and being able to taste and being able to follow up with that winery, it would be so simple if there was a scan code there was a scan code that I could scan in the tasting room or on the flyers and sign up for the bot, and I could either have it in Inglés or Español. So the wineries that are, anywhere in the world, you can start setting up the bots just being in English, or you can have it in German, Spanish, Italian, whatever, literally whatever language, and we can start building out these multilingual bots. That to me, especially since, like I said, right now I'm here in Spain, this is super exciting for me, because this is a way that wineries, like there was a winery I was talking to in Germany, and she was very excited about doing the bots and getting everything, and then we had the conversation about, well, how do we do that with being able to speak with the bot in both German and in English? That way we're not creating a language barrier through digital marketing. How do we do that? Well, this is how we do it. This is exactly how we do it. They already did it for us. So very exciting stuff. That's all I have for my Wine Wednesday this week. I just wanted to show you and share with you some of the really cool new things that are coming out for the bot industry. What's also very exciting is that for the alcohol regulations and for the rules that we all live by in the wine world, they have actually started putting out messages about how, because they know that the new demographic of wine drinkers, being the millennial generation, they communicate differently, which means that you have to market to them differently, which means that you are able to use bots for your marketing for your winery, and you're not going to get in trouble. You don't have to worry about that. There are certain things, obviously rules, that we still live by. So obviously we're not just going to be selling wine through bots, because there are rules. But what's nice is that all of these bots, like we can start driving traffic, using these tools to drive traffic to your tasting room or to your website, where people can be going through your very specific setup that will adhere to the rules and regulations. So that way you can have people buying wines from around the world if that's where you ship to, or buying wines from around the country if that's where you ship to. But that way everybody plays by the rules, and then everybody wins using these new tools that are so exciting. So like I said, you need to also be using the scan codes, these little QR codes that are popping up all over the place now. I just saw one on a TV ad. QR codes are imperative to use, and especially since you can attach them to a bot. You've got to have these inside your tasting rooms. It's imperative. There is no other smooth and cohesive way to be collecting information without detracting from your tasting experience. Now, summer is gone. That time is wasted. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But we're going into the holiday season, and I know from experience, I know that this is when people are stocking up for gifts. They're stocking up their wine cellars to have their relatives come to visit for Thanksgiving dinner, Halloween parties, Christmas parties, dinners over, lots of holiday cheer. All of these things, they are all coming up, and they're coming up now. People are starting to get ready for them now, which means that if you do not have a way to start collecting information to follow back up with in a very smooth and cohesive way, one, you're going to kill yourselves on how crazy busy it gets, because I know, I've been there. I hated holiday season, and I'm a holiday girl. Hated holiday season working at the wineries, because the amount of time it took to individually follow up with people was a huge killer on time. There are so many other things that I could have gotten to if I had a bot to have collected information and then to have a sequence to follow up with these guys. So, like I said, if you guys are interested in getting a scan code, these QR code bots in your tasting rooms, I can get them set up for you in almost no time. You can have them ready to go by this coming week, and then you can have them running throughout the entire holiday season, collecting information for you, so that way all you have to do is focus on finishing up harvest and getting ready for holidays. So send me a message below, send me an email, make a comment, whatever the case is. let me know that you want to do a bot and we can get that going for you. Literally, it takes no time at all to get these things set up because I am super fast and very, very practiced in getting these bots set up for QR codes, and can get that going for you in no time flat. And that way you can stop missing out on collecting data for your customers. So thanks for joining me on this week's Wine Wednesday, and I'll catch you guys all later.